Sit back and kick it with us. We got charm, we got charisma. Vibes on vibes, personality fire. That's how we skate by, personality higher.
Hey, I'm Hailey.
And I'm Jessi.
And you're listening to
Personality Higher, the podcast where we come to you live from a living room every episode.
Every episode.
Every
single one.
And what we have not come forward with that really needs to be addressed. Out and about is that we are on video now.
Oh my gosh, yeah, we have been for the last 3 episodes.
We are taping ourselves so you can see the faces we make when we talk to one another. And they're quite crazy.
Exquisite.
Oh, okay. There's something. For me personally,
they're spicy,
there's something.
they're special.
Yeah.
They're
so
unique.
Just so you know, you can catch us now on Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah, we're putting up clips.
You'll see it on the tubes eventually, on the YouTubes.
And we'll figure out how to put it on Spotify.
But we're doing that part at least. So you can look at our faces.
Yeah. So now you know what we look like.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Not just that one photo over and over. That's
we're,
okay.
We're probably different since then.
I know. It was a different time.
You know what? Rapidly aging. That's me.
Oh no. How are you doing?
I'm doing.
You're doing?
I'm doing. I am going to the beach soon. I'm very excited about that. I feel like this is a very necessary mental health beach trip.
Good.
Like I'm not going on like a retreat or anything. Like I'm not like, I didn't have a breakdown and this is an answer to that by any means. It's more of a family vacation vibe.
We're actually on, there's a green screen and I'm visiting Jessi
in my
her special visit place.
I don't have on sticky socks or anything. But no, I really am very excited. I'm going to the beach soon. And it's a place that's like near and dear to my little family's heart that we go to, that I absolutely adore. And I'll be there soon. And I really like, that is honestly, I'm at a point right now during this episode. I have not cried in an episode of Personality Higher yet, but I could in this one because I'm almost on my period, coupled with the fact like this is a bad one in terms of PMS. Like I be crying the past couple of days, coupled with the fact that like I really am genuinely so excited to get out of town. Yeah. Maybe today's the day. I could just start bawling, crying.
I've cried on several episodes.
Well, then are you yawning?
I'm so sorry.
We're boring Hailey to teals. We're boring Hailey to teals before your very eyes.
Where? Quiet about it, Jessi.
Whomever's watching this and you saw Hailey just do a little yawn. Oh
I'm so sorry. That is illegal because then now you're going to do it.
And let me ask you, how are you?
I'm good. I've been listening like outside these walls, on this other side of this wall that I'm placing my hand upon. There's an outside corridor. Beyond that corridor is another condo. That condo is being renovated. And I believe these men are Greek, they're definitely like a band of brothers.
The Country Bears are renovating the apartment next door.
But they're like
Mario and Luigi.
But I'm pretty sure they're Greek.
Okay.
They and I'm just saying all this because I need you to get a good description, and I need you to understand that they might like their social I don't know, the way they interact may be different. So yesterday I get home from nannying and I'm in a tizzy because I got a German Shepherd up here who has got to go pee. And I just know she's probably been going wild all day because I see these guys come in and out. The door's wide open. I see it is down to its studs, like the whole condo. Like there are no walls. It's crazy. I've never seen anything like it. Besides,
so they're full
they're
on.
gutting it.
Yeah.
Like when you say gut, they're doing it. There are no guts.
It's kind of exciting for the people that own it though.
It's so exciting for them. Like I can't wait to see it. I hope they invite me over.
And if they don't, we're going to ask the Greek bros to let us in.
And we're getting there, but I think we're on a good little report, but maybe not. So anyway, I'm down there and I'm trying to get my stuff up, and the guy, I have my back seat open and he sees one of the brothers, he sees that I have a car seat in my back seat, and it's because I'm a nanny. And he said, "Where's your baby?" He doesn't say it like that because that's not what his voice sounded like. But do you know what I mean? Like he says it in a way of like, they always pass me and like do like little European smirks, you know? Do you know what I mean by that, ladies and gentlemen?
Mm-mm.
You know how European men are a lot more like forward.
Oh, okay.
So they're always like in your face smiling.
Oh, okay.
So this man's like every day.
Okay.
Him and his brothers never made me feel uncomfortable. They're just smiling, okay? They're just smiling. But anyway, he's like, where's your baby? And I was like, and I just panicked because I got nervous and I was like kind of stressed. And I just said, no, this is what he said. He said, oh, you have a baby, because like he obviously hasn't seen me with a baby. And I was like, yeah, because I was like also nervous. I was like, don't hurt me. Like I just get scared of all men, that they're gonna kill me. So I was like, don't hurt me. Yes. And I said yes. And I was like why did I just lie?
You lied to him about your child?
I said yes. And then I was like, I panicked, and he goes, oh, where is he? And he's like kind of getting close to me, right? So I'm panicking more for my safety, even though this man is not a threat to me. I am always scared. So I said, with his father. And then he was like, oh, he doesn't live with you? And I go, no, they're on their way home. And then I'm like, why am I continuing to lie? Actually, guys, I'm renovating my condo and I need a construction group. And I've seen the way they've handled this place so professionally, this condo next door. And I was thinking about asking them for their contact info of their business.
When they come in here, they're going to say, where's the crib?
So either this is what I thought. I've been panicking about this because I'm like, what a weird lie. Obviously, I'm not trying to lie, but I just panicked because I was scared.
Your brain said survival mode and said whatever it thought it needed to say.
So I thought about this because I'm like, but they are so professional and I would love to work with them in my condo because I want to redo my kitchen, and I've already done one bathroom. I need to do the other one. And I thought of a few things. One, I could say I was manifesting.
Okay. No,
Because
I like this.
I do want a husband and a child one day. So maybe I was just manifesting. And then I thought that was funny. I'm like, what the heck is manifest? That's not manifesting. That's straight applying. It's not like I'm saying I am a series regular,
I
like
think
as an actor.
You could just say, I was joking. It was a joke. It was a big LOL.
Americans joke like that.
And I'm just very dry. My humor is extremely dry. And also, I don't know you. And I flipped out.
I panicked, y'all. I absolutely lost my brain cells. I panicked. I was scared. Why? And I knew in the moment, I was like, why are you scared? Stop being scared. But then I was like, gift of fear. Trust your gut. And then I was like, no. I have a baby and a husband.
They're on the way home.
Because I just didn't want anyone to think like you can come in here and I don't have a big, huge
I
man,
think if you
because
wanted
I'm
them,
married to a football player named Travis Kelce. No, Jake Kelce, remember?
Jake Kelce.
Yeah. And he's Travis's
And
cousin.
He's Travis and Jason's cousin, Jake Kelce.
And he is so tall and huge and hot and mean.
I think you just have to say to them, like, I was joking. Obviously, I don't have a kid and I'm not married. I'm not betrothed.
Well,
obviously, it was a joke. I'm hilarious. Welcome to my crib. Let me show you what needs to be done.
And it's not a nursery.
And
I'm not manifesting, actually.
But I would love a clawfoot tub.
I would love a clawfoot tub.
If you could help me source and renovate and put it in, I'd love that.
I would love it.
I think it's going to be okay. I think you just have to.
Maybe he'll forget. But like, I'm worried. I see him every day.
You just say, I didn't say that. No,
that was the end of the day. You better check that place for asbestos.
I literally never said that.
You were huffing asbestos over there and you don't even know it.
I never said, yeah, I'm a nanny. I never said that.
I'm a nanny. Like,
anyway, can I get a quote?
Yeah, anyway.
I think it's going to be okay.
Oh my God, guys.
Or I could act like your caretaker and be like, she's fucking crazy.
But she does need her kitchen renovated.
She doesn't know what she's talking about, but come this way.
Oh, wait. Did you talk to her when she was... Oh my gosh, she's an actor. She's a method actor.
She's schizophrenic. No, she's actually schizophrenic.
Oh my gosh, I'm scared. Why did I say that?
I do think
I panicked.
That's very silly. That's a silly predicament. I like it.
I panicked.
Like, it's a silly, innocent predicament. You know what I mean?
It's not cool. But I was so scared. I was like, yeah. And that's how I was answering too. I wasn't like, yeah, I have kids. My husband, they're on their way home. It's not like I was saying it like that. I was like, yeah. Like, because I just wanted to answer the question and run. And instead I said, yeah. And, like, he's with his dad. Oh, he doesn't live with you? And then I'm like, now you're asking too many questions, buddy. No, he's not with it. They're on their way home. They're coming here to save me from you. Like,
No, I mean, if you're really panicking in that situation, I get your thought process of like, what can I do to protect
like
myself?
that's how quick it was going. It was boom, boom, boom. So I didn't have an opportunity to think about the insane things I was saying until like as I was walking up my stairs and sweat was just pouring down my face because I was like, you a liar and an actress, I can sue.
I was gonna say, if you ever needed any proof that you were gonna make it big, kid, that was it. You're like, this was the performance of my lifetime.
I don't even know if it was that good of a performance because I was glitching. I was like, like, I have kids, several. Some of them are so big and huge, they don't even need a car seat. I don't have a minivan because I just roll them up into little balls and place them in the back seat.
Well, I feel like
that was the level of like the sense of what I was saying. Like, I can't believe I did that.
now with the rolling up in the little ball things, now you have defects involved. I'm sorry. Now they're listening. We were gonna have the padded room people come get you, but actually now we have defects on the way. So we gotta hurry up with this episode because things are happening for you afterwards. It's gonna be a day. It's gonna be a long one.
They're gonna have to come find me at your wellness facility that we're on this green screen at.
And you know what? More power to them, baby. Come and get me. Today, on the heels of that spectacular crazy story, today we're going to be talking a little bit about what it means to be going out in your 20s versus now what we're experiencing going out in our 30s. Yeah. And just any differences that we have seen, and also just kind of like how it has pivoted and what maybe we see for ourselves in the future. Because for me, it has changed beyond comprehension how much my social life and going out has changed for me now in my mid to late 30s. I've decided that I'm going to stop saying my age. It's just it's not relevant. So don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. But it's changed so much for me. Like upside down, 180, but totally different.
I also think like mine started to change. I mean, I've literally just got here, but it's also like, I think what changed it is just everybody getting married and people just maturing. Like, I feel like in my 20s, I have more fun now going out with my girlfriends.
See, my desire,
way more fun.
My desire to go out is still there and really strong. And it always has been. Yeah. I'm very much the type of person that I would prefer to be out than to be at home.
Yeah.
In a lot of settings, in terms of like the evening time, when I start to think about dinner specifically, I love to go out to dinner. Mm-hmm. I love to be among buzzy things that are happening. I love that. And I still crave that a lot in terms of like, that helps me in some ways recharge my battery. But that is pulling against my other desire right now, honestly, for rest. Yeah. Because I require so much more time to recharge than I ever had in my whole life. And I'm not just saying like mentally recharge where I have to like not talk to anyone or do something for myself or like get away from a social situation so I don't have to exert energy. I'm talking about like literal sleep.
Actual sleep, yeah.
I cannot function the way I used to on no sleep. Yeah. Like I used to be able to be like, well, if I get home at 2 a.m. and I have to be at work at 8 a.m., that'll be okay.
No.
Like in my 20s, that was totally fine. In my 30s, in order to have a successful day, and some people are probably going to be like, wow, that's so luxurious of you. But my kid is almost 4. So I've put in the time where she didn't sleep very often. But if I don't get 9 hours of sleep, I am not a good person, which means if you do the math, I'm going to bed. I'm on do not disturb on my phone a lot of nights by 8:30.
No, I know that if I text Jessi after 8, I'm not getting a reply.
I really need a lot of sleep. And to me, when I don't get sleep now, it's worse than a hangover. Yeah. It feels physically worse than having drank too much when I don't get enough sleep. So that has been a big challenge to overcome, because who has the luxury of 9 hours of sleep a night? And I'm not saying I get it every night. I don't.
No, you don't get it every night. But
if I could have my druthers to be like, I'm going to be on my shit today, I'm going to put in 9 hours head to pillow. Me and my pillow pal, we're going to get 9 hours.
Yeah.
But that's changed my social battery a lot. And also who, is going to go out at whatever time to be home for their 8:30 bedtime. That doesn't make a lot of sense a lot of the time. So I'm like,
no,
damn.
that's really early. But I would say now when I make dinner reservations with a friend, depending on my work day, like last night I was supposed to go yeah.
Oh yeah. That sounds like a transition in between oh yeah, there you go. Yeah.
I love Hannah. Hannah Montana. So I just like snowballed. Like I like pictured myself doing a forward roll into that little like flop of a muscle.
Yeah. Sorry, you had dinner with a friend?
So I was supposed to go to dinner with a friend, and she goes, I was like, hey, like, you good for like 6 tonight? She's like, oh, I'm actually gonna have to like push to 8. And I was like, ooh, that means I'm gonna have to push you to next week, unfortunately, because I knew that was my only evening plan, and that meant if I was going to dinner at 8, we're sitting down at 8. Then we're gonna like yap our faces off. We're not finishing eating till 9:30. Then we're gonna want like another cocktail. Mm-hmm. Then it's gonna be 10. We're probably gonna be on her side of town. Then I'm gonna have to drive 30 minutes my way. I'm not getting home till 10:30. That means I'm not doing my face routine until 11. And then I'm not really winding down. I'm still hyped.
You gotta wind down.
No,
you gotta wind down.
I'm the worst at winding down.
I can't like hit the bed anymore and fall straight asleep the way I used to. I gotta wind down. She's yawning again.
I did it again.
She's
sorry.
Flipping yawning again.
I'm
no,
sorry.
I gotta wind down.
We're talking about it, and that's
I know.
why. No, I think when I still go to bed at like midnight, which sucks. It's not
You
good.
actually go to bed later than that sometimes. Sometimes I see things you be sending me at like 1, 2 a.m. and I'm like, sister, child.
My brain is just like yeah.
Mm-hmm.
One more time.
You were in bed at night and the hamster in your head is like, keep it going. Let's
remember
ride.
what you said in 7th grade too. Like, yeah. And I'm like, oh my God, yes, I do remember that.
Why did I say that? You peed your pants at Fright Fest.
Yes. When you were 16 years of age. Yes, I do remember that. I remember every single detail. Remember what you said the other day to the cashier at Publix that you see every time.
Remember what you said to the Greek brothers that are renovating the condo next door.
And you just heard that they did a little.
Oh yeah, and if you are hearing any like,
oh,
there it was. Oh, I don't know if you heard.
They're knocking down a whole wall. I don't think you'll be able to hear it, to be honest. But they're doing big things over there. You are. I'm a winding down person. And I know you need to wind down too. I need to wind down. Yeah. So I canceled that dinner or rescheduled for next week. And that's interesting. I'm very, that's a newer thing that I'm doing, I would say. I think in my 20s, I'd be like, let's go.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Like, does it 2 hours? What does that matter? For sure.
No.
I'm definitely an early plan type of gal now. I like to do that. And the other thing that I am doing is I used to be, my husband and I, when we were first dating, oh, hello.
Did you guys hear that?
They know that you lied, and so they're in there. There's actually,
I'm breaking dishes off your head.
They print off pictures of your head and they put them on the walls and they're smacking them.
That's
I know.
Violent.
I'm sorry.
That's actually scary.
But when my husband and I were dating, it was our pride and joy to go out into Atlanta and try every new spot. Like, yeah, my husband has a background in the culinary arts.
He so does. And he's a great chef.
We loved trying every new restaurant that was popping off, that was opening. Like, we would give everything a shot, and we were doing it every single night, not even just on the weekends. Every single night we were out and about, and I do not regret that one bit. I know it was probably frivolous, but I do not regret it.
No,
I love that time in our life. But now the thought of doing that is we just couldn't. I just don't have the means to do that now in terms of my time and where I have to prioritize my time, and we just can't do that anymore too because of like childcare and things. But I find now, because we can't do that, we're really picky with the spots that we go to, and we try what a big bummer of it though, I guess now in my 30s compared to my 20s that I'm experiencing is because we don't get as many date nights. We have to be really careful with the places we choose to go. So sometimes we get stuck going to places that we have been to a million times because we prioritize like a solid experience, like we know we're going to get a solid experience here
Right.
or a solid meal here. It might not be new and fresh and exciting, but if I went somewhere new and fresh and exciting and I was disappointed, then I'd be like, dang, I just wasted my date night on that. You know?
Yeah.
But that's so boring. But I go with you to new and exciting things.
We do.
Yeah.
And we have so many to try. I love that about Atlanta. I feel like Atlanta right now has a lot of good stuff going on with the restaurants. And I would say that's the difference between 20s and 30s. And I'm thinking like, I'm not even thinking Atlanta. I'm thinking like when I lived in Nashville, because I think in Atlanta I was, you know, I don't know, just running around with a more mature squad. But I would say one thing is when I go out with my actor friends now, before we would just go to like a hole in the wall, everything. Now I'm like, let's just save it for a special night. I'd rather go to a nice dinner, and especially, you know, since my breakup, I'm like very much prioritizing. I would rather go to a nice dinner than go out. Like go out, you know, like to the bars.
Yeah.
Like, I really have no interest in going out to the bars unless it's with girls and we're like going real quick for a drink and then we're like, like look at us, this is so much fun.
Or unless it's like a vibey cocktail spot where it's like you're just sit down and like have
down. That is, I would love to go there.
There's a difference.
I don't want to go to a bar where I'm standing and it's
with like a vodka soda. Like
yes,
that's a
I
difference.
do not want
Yeah.
that. I don't want that in my life. I really don't. I don't find it fun. It's not new and exciting. I'm getting groped. I don't want to go. I would like to go to a vibey cocktail spot.
Yeah.
And try cocktails and like sit in the corner and act mysterious, even though
Put on a cute fit.
Oh, it's all about the fit.
Yeah, every
like
time.
if I'm not having a fit on, then like I'm gonna throw a fit.
You and I have talked about this though, and I think a lot of women feel this way, that getting ready for the night out is almost as fun as the night out itself.
Yeah.
And especially when you get to do it with your friend.
Oh my gosh.
The getting ready part is just it's the most spiritual part
Yes.
of like being a woman and like
Yes.
being a girl, and is taking that time to like get yourself ready and dolled up the way that you want to, the way that you feel the prettiest, especially when it has nothing to do with a date or a man.
Oh my gosh, so much more fun.
When you have the ability to get yourself dolled up just to present yourself to the world
As
without
you
a
wanna be,
care in the
yes.
world, with as exactly how you want to be.
Yeah.
Like there is literally something that is like spiritual and holy about that. Like
Yeah.
it fills me up personally.
It fills
Yeah.
me up.
With creativity,
Yes.
with all the things. Yeah.
Especially like picking out outfits or doing your eye makeup a little differently. It could be like little different, like just one more shade of like another, like one more swatch of a shade.
I
you
flicked
know,
my
like,
feline flick
yeah,
2 centimeters flickier today.
yeah. And so it's like that, but like in LA, getting ready for stuff. So
Yeah,
much fun.
very fun.
And we were thinking of our outfits in the like lens of like how do we want to be perceived, whereas like if you're going on a date, like no offense, I'm not gonna wear my coolest outfit out on a date because I don't think men usually can't appreciate like how cool an outfit is, and they're probably like, oh, that's unique, you're quirky, right?
Yeah.
You're a little weird. So I wear like classic
Yeah,
cute
yeah.
outfits with
Things that you still feel
gentlemen.
good in, but it's a little bit less like maybe personality forward every
Yes,
time. But they're still cute and you
absolutely.
still look good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think too, for me going out, if I'm going to get really honest with myself and everyone else, it's the other thing
The
that I
entire
have,
podcast.
yeah, that I've had to recently switch, which I kind of felt coming, but it has been over the last several months. I can no longer drink liquor
Yeah.
at all, period, like full stop. And that sucks because I genuinely love dirty martinis.
Yeah.
Like I absolutely love them. I think that they're so delicious. They're such a fun night out thing for me.
Yeah.
My body at this age does not metabolize liquor
Yeah.
at all anymore. It just doesn't. I think it just goes straight to my making me feel horrific.
Yeah.
And that has changed a lot, the way that I've like look at alcohol, or, you know, I don't think that I look at alcohol in any sort of way that's like alarming or like whatever. But I just, concerning. But I have had to switch it up and just be honest with myself and be like, that's not you anymore.
Yeah.
You literally cannot go out and have a martini anymore. You just can't do it.
Yeah.
You're not going to feel well. Even it's amplified even more so the older I get. The one thing that I still do enjoy, and I am like, it's just absolutely love wine. I absolutely love wine. I find it so fascinating.
I love wine.
I love learning about the way wine grows and in what regions and what the soil does to it, and how the soil in this region is different than the soil in that region, and how it produces different grapes and structures and tannins. I love it all.
Yeah.
So that is something that
I feel like I didn't drink wine at all in my younger 20s. But no, wine is definitely, I think it's cool. It's exciting. I know now I've learned so much about wine that now I can go to a restaurant and I know exactly what I'm going to like.
Yeah.
When I look at a menu, I can see where it's from. I don't have to know the bottle specifically, but because I know where it's from and what type of wine apparently it is, I'm going to like it.
Totally. I think wine is a really interesting way to learn about geography. I think it's a really interesting way to learn about culture of like why this area in Argentina makes this most delicious red versus, whatever. I don't know. It's just so
dry.
Yeah. And I love that. So that is catch me outside drinking wine only.
Sancerre,
currently.
Savvy B, rosé, dry rosé.
Any of that, you'll catch me doing that. But that's another way that my going out has changed.
Yeah. I feel like that hasn't changed for me. I can still drink whatever, but I've also learned, and I learned this like a long time ago, but like I have to be eating food. Younger in my 20s, I wouldn't eat, and then I would have a horrible time. And my stomach would hurt, my head would hurt the next day. Now I can enjoy a nice cocktail. And I know I also look with what's in it. Like if there's like anything sweet in something, I'm not going to have
You're going to have a headache.
I'm not going to have a good day.
You're going to have a headache.
So I am very vigilant about that. And then also not mixing liquors. And if I have like a cocktail, I'm just going to have wine after. Like, you know what I mean? Like I can't.
Absolutely.
And also I'm not drinking liquor, by the way. I'm only drinking cocktails with tequila or mezcal in them.
Yeah, you do love mezcal.
I can do a dirty martini, but that's because that's special. And I only get them at places where people tell me they're good. Mm-hmm. But other than that, I do mezcal or tequila and then just wine.
Yeah.
But one thing that I noticed when I was in my 20s that I cared about that I don't care about now, which is funny because like, I mean, I guess I was mostly single in my 20s too, but it was just 5 years there.
Yeah, I'm like, actually, I think that you're a relationship girly. You've been in mostly relationships.
I love a relationship. They're better than I don't like, actually that's not true because I love being single right now. I really do love it so much. I've loved it. But I think that's the difference though. In my 20s, I thought, being single was like a Scarlet A, or like, you can't find anyone. You're not good enough. You're not pretty or whatever. And I'm thinking younger 20s, but like now I'm like, I'm single because I haven't settled for one of you little dopey doodahs.
Yeah.
Whereas, no offense, but I see a lot of women who are in relationships and they're like, oh, she's single. And I'm like, oh, well, you've settled. Not all of everybody, but like I find pride in that now, that I go out now and I actually prefer if men do not speak to me. Where when I was single in my 20s, I wanted guys to come up to me, and I would love guys to come up to me now if they're going to say, can I buy you a drink? Hi, my name is blank. But if they're like, oh, you look hot, or like they're like, oh,
and I've experienced that with
gross
you
guys, or whatever.
Well, I've experienced that with you even now. People coming up to you and like approaching you, and they do it in a variety of ways. Like you still get some people that come up to you in like the inappropriate way, which I find really like interesting to observe. And I always, I'm there to step in if I need to, but I find interesting to observe because that's just never been. I've never experienced that really. I've never been hit on in that way, like approached in that way really ever in my life. And I think maybe it's just because of a vibe I've given off, like whatever. So I find it super interesting.
Off a little too nice.
It's very interesting to me. And I definitely think that I give off a in settings like that, like if we were in a bar where it was like nuts to butts trying to get a drink, like I definitely am giving off the bodyguard vibe. Like I'm definitely not giving off the vibe of like come chat me up because I need to talk to you. No. With other scenarios,
I am either,
at parties I am. I'm very like open and welcoming, but in that kind of scenario, I'm pretty much like I'm not here to do anything for you, include talk to you.
Yeah, I don't feel like I'm trying to do that. I think it just my face gives off a face that looks like you could probably like say whatever you wanted to her, and it's not true. You can't. And I'll say something back to her. I'll be like, or like, you know, I'll just
box them
physically turn away.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's a big thing. Is like now I don't seek out that outward validation. I think that's just maturing too. I see that in all sorts of women, you know, now, not just single women, but like women in relationships. They, you know, people like to be hit on, by the way, or they like, not hit on. Hit on sounds so aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
People like to be complimented and approached
and
by a gentleman.
Yeah. Or just had just attention, like just attention. And hopefully it's positive attention.
Yeah. Positive attention. Not like nice
tail. Rack you got there. Yeah.
Hey lady, what you got in that trunk?
Hello? No, really, what you got in the trunk? Because I was hoping that you had, do you have a set of
watches?
Tools? Can I
need jumper cables.
This voice reminds me of something. This is not related to anything. And I think I've told you this before, but I used to work at a store where this woman would come into my shop weekly and she wanted to see what was new. And she was an older woman and I would have to place orders for her all the time. She would say, I saw this at this store. Do you have it? No. Can you get it in stock? Sure. Because she would go to New York all the time. Sure. But every time she would call me, this is what she would and I would say this to my mom and it would make her die laughing. I would do this voice and this impression for her constantly. We'd have full conversations. She'd be like, hello, Jessi, this is Mrs. Howard. Has my purse come in yet? Did you order that dress for me? How you doing, sweetheart? Okay, well, just let me know. Yeah, Mrs. Howard, Howard. Okay, baby, bye-bye. And
She sounds lovely.
She was so nice.
Yeah, she sounds like a gem.
I would make my mom howl because every day she'd call me, Jessi, this is Mrs. Howard. Did my purse come in yet? What about my jacket, babe? Like everything. Like she was just like quintessential New York lady that had come to Atlanta. And I think about her all the time.
I love Miss Howard.
Mrs. Howard.
Miss
She
Howard,
wants to know what's in your trunk.
I love you. And Miss Howard, you sound like a personality hire.
She wants to know what's in your trunk. And she wants to know if you could get up off her butt while she's trying to order a drink at the bar.
She would. Miss Howard say, now, you're standing a little bit too closely.
She would. You're almost touching my purse, and I need you to back up. Brand
new, buddy.
You better back up.
Back it up. Beep, beep, beep. Okay.
I'm sweating from that.
I'm
absolutely sweating from being Mrs. Howard. And I'm so sorry to derail us, but it just reminded me of my mom, so I had to share it. That is what I used to do.
I really love that.
I used to be like, this is Mrs. Howard. Now you're Mrs. Howard.
Now I'm Mrs. Howard.
We're all Mrs. Howard. You know what? We're all somewhere inside of us. We're all Mrs. Howard. I'm
going to do that at the bar.
Yeah.
Okay. Next time a man who I don't want to talk to me.
They say, hey, hi,
No, I'm going to turn around. I'm gonna be like, hey, buddy. Your hands, your paws are getting a little too close to my caboose. I didn't invite you on this train. No. Chugga out of here. You heard?
Now you're Christopher Walken in some ways. Your hands are... That's a terrible impression. Too close to my caboose. Get them away from my vodka soda or I'm going to have to call the authorities. Mrs. Howard, please help me.
Okay, baby. I'll tell you what. You back away and I won't take this purse with bricks inside of it across
Can
your
I
fotch.
Tell you what the purse looked like?
Yeah.
It was a plastic pleather, like a pleather fake patent leather. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so we didn't need to order it.
But it was in the shape of a rotary phone.
Shut up.
So the top handle.
Betsy Johnson.
I am.
Yeah.
The top handle was a phone.
An icon. I love Miss Howard. Now that you've told me this, I see her.
She had to be at minimum 70. At minimum, she was 70 years old.
Oh my gosh. I love her.
Yeah. Honestly, I haven't thought about her in a long time, and I'm really glad that I did right now.
Me too. I'm glad that she's a part of my life now. And now she has changed my life. When I go out to bars.
You're Mrs. Howard.
Well, if a gentleman comes up to me, we might chat. I said we will, but like we might. I don't know. It depends what day it is. There's some days where I'm like, Like, don't.
You know
Don't
what
talk to me.
else is I think changed the way that I go out? I think you'll probably agree is TikTok now. There's so many hyper local TikTok accounts about different cities and like
Yeah.
I tried out this new and Instagram too. I guess it's the
Oh,
same
yeah.
thing. But it's so much knowledge, sometimes an overwhelming amount
Yeah.
of information about where to go out and what the newest place is and this is the jazzy cocktail they have and don't miss this appetizer.
Yeah.
And that's changed in a good way for me because it helps me weed
It's
places
introduced
out
me
or
to
say like
yeah.
I've sent them to you all the time like let's go here.
Yeah,
I want to
no,
go
we
here.
have 2 that you sent me on Instagram though that
Yeah.
we must go to there.
Yeah.
I want to go to there.
Yeah, me too. We'll have to go at 4 p.m. but I definitely want to go.
Yeah. You got to go to bed.
Yeah, I gotta go night.
She got 9-8.
And you know, maybe in the future sometimes Hailey and I have big dreams for this little pod, the things that we want to do. And in the future, if we have events, a live event,
Yeah.
it's gonna start at 2 p.m. It's gonna be a matinee. And
It's not.
oh,
Yeah, it's not. I want to sell tickets.
oh,
Um
okay.
so you're
We're not
have
gonna be
to-
competing with the Blippy crowd, the matinee. Okay, no, okay,
No.
okay.
No.
It's gonna be a sharp 7 p.m. I got
Remember
it.
when Blippy got into the water with his jeans on?
Holy smokes!
Do you know who Blippy is? First of all, if you don't, that's okay. It's simply okay.
It actually means I'm happy for you. I really,
Yeah,
it means
honestly,
it's good.
I feel good things for you in your future. I hope you never have to know who Blippy is. No offense to Blippy and his family and their family.
No
and
offense.
theys and thems.
We're not being
But
Blippy haters because at the end of the day, he provides a service to families everywhere by giving entertainment to their kids.
let's just
But
say this.
he is a very interesting character.
I don't
like very interesting.
I do not allow. Sometimes I'll allow. It's usually he has a friend. He has a female friend named Michaela. I'll let the kids watch the Michaela. But like when I'm nannying a child, and also I'm just nannying 2
Her
babies
name's
now.
Michaela or Mika?
Mika. Wow,
okay.
it's Mika. Thank you.
Sorry,
No,
I just
thank you
quick
for correcting
fact
me.
check in the middle of it.
No, please. They need to
Mika.
know.
Her name's Mika.
Her
Get with
name's
it.
Mika. Okay, be respectful.
Yeah.
Give her flowers.
Yeah, exactly.
Her Lego flowers. But I cannot stand Blippy. And I'm with 2 babies now, so we don't watch Blippy anyway. But when I was with Scooby, we'd watch some Blippy sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And oh my gosh, he got into a pool of water with jeans.
Hailey was coming over to
Skinny
hang out with
jeans.
us one night recently, and we were watching this episode of Blippy, and he's at the aquarium, and I'm watching him, and the marine biologists are inside of this pool, and they're talking to Blippy, who's outside of the pool, but he's sitting on the edge of it, talking to him about the stingrays and all the other aquamarine life that are inside of this pool. All of a sudden, Blippy starts taking off his shoes, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, Blippy's going to get in the pool. Obviously, he's going to pet a stingray. They're asking him to come in. Starts taking off his shoes, and then I just couldn't even believe my eyes. He just turns his body.
I thought he was going to dip his
He
toes
puts his
in.
piggly wigglies in the pool,
He was
and
piggy dipping in the piggy pond.
then he just proceeded to put his calf, and then his knee, and then his thigh, and then he stood up, and I said, cannot believe my very eyes. This full-grown man was in the pool with blue jeans on.
They were gray.
And they were
skinny.
Can you imagine?
And they're skinny.
Can you imagine how uncomfortable that would be?
And he
to
has
be in a-
suspenders on as well.
And he has suspenders.
and fake plastic
He
glasses
was
on.
in the pool with blue jeans on.
And then there's a moment we caught like him like lose the Blippy.
Oh,
Like,
he definitely lost the character for a minute because he said this is some bullshit.
He got
'Cause
splashed.
The
We were
stingray
like-
splashed him. He was in there in wet jeans, and
his face got some mucky because you know the smell of an aquarium, like it just smells like wet turtle. Like it's like fishy,
Mildew
like,
and-
mildewy. It's
yeah.
just so gross. I'm getting the chills right now. But you know that water went in his mouth, and that's
And
why
he
he
said-
made that face. He was like,
yeah, that was crazy.
it was funny. How did we get here?
I derailed us. I have no idea. I don't know. But I don't know if Blippy goes out anymore. If I was Blippy,
I
how
bet he
could you? You
does.
think he goes out? Do you think if you're a child an entertainer like a Wiggle or a Blippy
I don't think I
or a
would.
Miss Rachel, do you think you can actually go out and enjoy yourself, or do you think that parents are constantly coming up to you like on their date nights, like my kid loves you?
Well, okay, here's the thing with these child entertainers. You have got to have your wits about you to know who they are without their fits on, because they wear one fit and one fit only. It's not like every episode they're wearing a new outfit. They are wearing a whole garb of an outfit, like they're wearing a hat.
their
like
uniform.
Miss Rachel has a headband. She sometimes will change into like a princess dress for the I'm so happy
I'm so happy.
Jump, clap, good. Gosh, I hate.
I like that's a bop. That song's a bop. I look for it on Spotify all the time. Please, Miss Rachel, put that on Spotify.
Miss Rachel, I appreciate what you do for the community. I want.
You say your truth. Say your truth. It's okay.
I will text Jessi, and I will be like, I'm literally going to lose it today, because, by the way, I think Miss Rachel is one of the most educational women on YouTube. I love her. I love what she's doing.
We respect.
I
Big
respect
for Miss
the
Rachel.
hustle, and I respect what she does for children. I will put Miss Rachel on, even though what she does for me is not good. Like, I'm in a rage. I rage. I don't know what it is. She does these arts and crafts, and for some reason her like thumbs are always blue, and it's because she's doing arts and crafts. And I thank her for that, because she's showing the children all these really fun things. She's teaching them how to speak. She's doing really good stuff. I can't stress that enough. But
she's always got a washable marker somewhere on her phalanges. Always.
And I take a picture of it. I send it to Jessi, and I go, here it is again. Like, wash your hands.
Yeah. She might just need to wash her hands. That's exactly right.
And I don't know why. And I think it's because as an actor, I'm like, okay, like this, how would I film this? Like, how would I film, a scene with hands? Like
You'd wash them first.
Yeah.
As an actor.
Fully. So it bothers me when those little things happen. Also, like when the lighting's off. And by the way, she started her YouTube channel from her little home, like in New York, like her New York apartment. So mad respect.
She's big goals.
And like
she's great.
Jules on there, like you can tell Jules is in her own apartment, like shooting these things. And I'm like, get these people some lights. But the problem is like they don't have room because they're in New York. So I understand. But I'm like, as an actor, and like when they go in and out of focus, I'm like, oh, like it just like drives me nuts that they uploaded that on YouTube. I mean, but also here I am as an independent podcaster, and we're uploading things that are like zip zap zap. But anyway, I just like I can't. I don't want to talk about Miss Rachel anymore. I'm getting heated.
Do you have any other bold-faced lies you think you're going to tell the people next door this week, or you're just going to give it a rest? Or
I think I'm going to say, do you guys want to go out? All of you. We're going to go to a swanky cocktail bar, and I'm going to tell you my truth. And I'm going to tell it to you like this. Listen up, buddy. I wasn't trying to lie to you, but you came on a little strong with your European smile. Not that I don't like it. But
I was scared by it.
But I was threw me off of it.
I was scared by it. My bad.
That's my fault completely. Anywho.
When I get scared, I lie.
I did.
Understandable.
I did.
Understandable.
I don't know why. I'm just like,
understandable.
I feel awful. I feel horrible.
When I get
it's
scared,
embarrassing.
I actually think we can conclude this episode with a new way for you to approach that situation, which is you just say to him, when I get scared, I lie. And I was scared.
I know, but like, so now when I go out, when a man approaches me and he has a European smile, I don't know why I keep saying that. It just means they're overly friendly. Like they're like, American men do this thing where they're like if you're watching, like they do a glance and they're like,
it's like a quick turn of the mouth, like just a quick like up.
They're like
up and down, up and down.
To be honest, I'd rather you be more forward. If you're gonna do it, just do it.
Just full on pearly white, yeah.
Yeah, but
straight in the face.
A gentleman about it. Don't be gross. But Americans are more coy, I would say. Whereas Europeans are like, I like ya.
Yeah, I get that.
Which I appreciate that. I really do. But there is a difference. So that's why I was like, I like instantly nervous. I was like driving from, I drove from across the city in horrible traffic. I was just trying to get back to my dog. Like I was in a rush. Like it was the combination of everything is what I'm trying to say.
Just say when I'm nervous.
So now when a man approaches me, I'm either going to Miss Howard them.
Yeah. Okay. I think that actually that's the top contender.
Okay. That's if I don't want anything to do with them.
Sure. Yeah.
If I see a twinkle in their eye of potential, then perhaps I will say, I lie when I'm nervous, scared.
Or you could still do Mrs. Howard. Hi. I like you. I like what I see
like what
here.
you're doing, kid. You got potential, kid.
I like what I'm seeing.
Trust me, I'm gonna take you to the stars. I can see it now.
Well,
I'm not doing that.
I think that what we've learned today is that going out in your 30s is very different than your 20s. However,
It's more fun. It's way more fun.
Still a good time.
It's way more fun. I'm just gonna say it's way more fun. It is way more fun. I'll say it again. Way more fun.
Can you hear my stomach? It's been absolutely like losing its mind.
No, mine is.
It's been losing
Mine
its
sounds like
mind.
Miss Howard. Hailey, why don't you put something in me
Protein.
for once? I need some protein.
Rate,
Review, subscribe, send
share
this
with
to
a
a
friend.
friend. Oh damn! I said share. I said send, and you said share.
Share this. Please rate, review, subscribe. Please share this. Thank you for listening.
Yeah,
We will see you in the funny papers.
we will. Oh my gosh! Also, this is the 21st,
21st episode, and
we're talking about going out. Why don't we talk about that from the beginning? We didn't even plan that.
Our pods of age now. Our pods of age.
Wow. What are we going to do at 22?
don't know.
Talk about Taylor
But
Swift.
cheers, baby. Cheers to
I
21.
love it. Cheers.
And also, don't forget, we're now on video. You can
Mm-hmm.
see us now on wherever you look at things. And
Check us out on TikTok, Instagram.
and we upload every Thursday.
Yeah.
So we'll see you next Thursday.
Janine, take us home, sis. Ah.